I want to welcome in our next guest. We've got Jeremy Fox-Geen, CFO of Circle, who you all just went public here at the New York Stock Exchange. Iconic place to go public, in my opinion. I've been down here for years. I always love the energy of an IPO day. There's just fantastic energy down here. Talk to us about, just this massive first day. You saw demand coming in from our point of view, from industry watchers, better than expected. What was your expectation coming into this?
Well, first, Diane, let me just say it's great to be here and thank you. This is a great day for Circle, right? We saw tremendous demand from across the investor universe. We had demand from traditional long-only investors, from pockets of long-oriented private capital with really high conviction in our space. So we're thrilled to be here on the New York Stock Exchange, on the floor at the heart of the financial system, while we at Circle are working on building the new internet financial system. So there's a lot of resonance in that, and we're thrilled with the way this is turning out.
It feels like a marriage between DeFi and TradFi. Is that a correct kind of view of this?
Well, I see it as a marriage between the internet and the financial services landscape, right? The internet has transformed how we communicate, how we share information in literally every single use case over the last 20 years. Hasn't done that for money. Now's the time.
Let's talk a little bit about what we saw in terms of demand. Shares at one point were up more than 200%, still strong interest here. What do you think resonated with investors so much?
Well, I think with investors, and the market does what the market does, but on the longer term, given the strength of demand, people are seeing that the internet hasn't yet impacted the financial system in the way it's impacted everything else. And put it this way, I can send a photograph to anyone, anywhere in the world, instantly and for free, 24/7, 365. And if you've ever tried doing that with a bank wire, you find yourself asking, now, why can't I do that with my money?
Nuts, yeah. It drives me nuts when I have to do something like that, and it's like, why can't it be quicker than this to do a bank wire, and you sometimes still have to go in the bank to do all that. Okay, so I want to ask you this. So this wasn't Circle's first attempt to go public. You all had tried to do a SPAC approach before. What lessons did you take from that to have such a strong debut?
It's a great question. So going public has been part of our strategy for a long time, right? We are the platform that the world's leading enterprises are choosing to build upon to bring the benefits of these money technologies to their customers. And we have always leaned into regulatory compliance, trust, and transparency, right? And being a public company just raises the bar for that. So we've had a singular mission on that for a long time.
And to be fair, it has taken, the average age of companies going public now is older than in previous years. Over the past, honestly, couple of years, it's been like that because the past 3 years, we'll say now. I mean, we've seen more companies go public this year, and it's been increasing the past couple of years versus what we saw earlier in the pandemic. I'm curious to know a little bit more about your regulatory roadmap you're expecting going forward, especially given what you just mentioned about how you all lean into regulatory compliance.
I'll talk about history and then going forward. Circle was founded 12 years ago. You're talking about how companies are a little bit older. In this field, in the digital asset space, we've been around a while. But ever since the founding of the company, we have walked in the front door to regulators around the world. We believe that money is and is always going to be a regulated space. And so to bring these new technologies, effectively internet technologies, into the world of money, that is a marriage between technology and regulation. And so we have been at the forefront of being a well-regulated financial market infrastructure company, as well as an internet platform company in this space. Looking forward, all around the world, there's an emerging regulatory consensus on how to run a well-issued stablecoin. And in broad parts, that is the way Circle runs its business. And perhaps we've played a part in that. We've certainly spent a lot of time with regulators around the world. And now as we look to the United States, we are heartened that this administration, as we would be with any administration, is doing the hard work to put in place appropriate federal level regulation for this industry.
And let me ask you this, and you're the money man, the numbers guy, as the CFO. You all raised, correct me if I'm wrong, raised more than $1 billion with this offering, is that correct?
The offer was more than $1 billion, but it was roughly 50-50. So the company raised about $500 million, which we're going to use in part to settle the tax obligations for our employees. when the shares that they've been working hard to earn over the last years vest today on this day, which creates a tax obligation for them, and we're using a large part of that proceeds to settle the tax obligation. Circle is a profitable company, and we're not going public because we need the capital. We're going public because it's the right thing to do for our company strategically.
You literally answered the question I was going to ask you. I was going to ask you how you plan to deploy the capital.
Well, there you go.
There we go. All right, let's talk a little bit about crypto as a whole. I mean, the crypto industry has been notoriously volatile. Although, like, when we watch Bitcoin now, it's less volatile than it used to be. It seems like it's becoming more mature. It's like a teenager now when you think about it. Stablecoin, though, tied to trust and liquidity. How should investors be viewing this space now?
Well, I would view stablecoins less as a crypto product, although the digital asset industry was the bootstrap use case for stablecoins. But stablecoins are a new form factor of money, and they're a new form factor of money grounded in the internet. So they live natively in the internet, and the internet gives them the capabilities I was talking about. Transmission to anyone, nearly anywhere in the world, nearly instantly, nearly for free. And also the idea of programmability and programmable money. The point here is stablecoins are useful in all money use cases. And while we've seen them used the most today in the digital asset trading markets, we're seeing really strong growth around the world for just people wanting to hold dollars when they don't have good access to the financial services system, using stablecoins as a savings product. We're seeing tremendous growth in cross-border payments from small businesses and medium-sized enterprises, particularly across major trade corridors. And going forward, we're seeing signs, not yet great markets today, but the signs of early usage of these digital technologies, for example, in consumer payments, with Stripe as an example enabling stablecoin USDC acceptance for all its merchants.
And then let me ask you this. They're only letting me have one more question. I'm like, I have a couple more to ask. All right, Jeremy, let me ask you this. For the average investor at home, because a lot of our audience is retail investors, they can get very confused about what all this means and why they should participate and what's the benefit from participating. So if you were to boil this down to why should an investor participate in this, why? For a retail investor.
The markets for money are the biggest markets that the internet hasn't tackled yet. And Circle is a company at the heart of exactly that solution space, bringing internet technologies, open extensible architecture into the world of money. These are massive markets, and for us, even though we're a substantial public company today, we're only just getting started.
Only just getting started, all right? Especially when it comes to the public markets. Thank you, Jeremy.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. That's Jeremy Fox-Geen, CFO, Circle. Great, great debut for their public debut as a company, a public company.